Afternoon, everyone. Okay, so I invite all of you to close your eyes and imagine. Imagine what your life would be like if, as an adult, you were addressed as if you were 12 years old. Imagine how it would feel if, while standing at a bus stop, someone approached you assuming you were lost. Imagine people assuming you need your parents' permission to make any decisions. Welcome to my world. In fact, I was away at a conference recently. I went up to the bar to ask the barman for a drink, and he asked me if I was with a parent. He looked about 17. I should have asked him if he was with a parent. My name is Mei Lin Yap, and oh, by the way, I have Down syndrome. I think of myself more like than unlike everyone else. I am a citizen, just like any other. I would like to share with you today the struggles and successes I have encountered throughout my life. To begin, in 2008, through the Trinity Centre for People with Intellectual Disabilities in the School of Education, I became a student of Trinity College Dublin. I couldn't believe that I was going to be a student at one of the most prestigious universities in Ireland. My sister graduated from Trinity College, and it was great to follow in her footsteps. Having the opportunity to be a university student and be exposed to normal experiences of college life really did help shape me and build my confidence. It was a big deal to be a university student, and to attend Trinity College is one of my proudest boasts, but it is something many people with disabilities can only dream of. It hasn't always been easy. I struggled to get a job, despite my education, like many other people with disabilities. I applied online for multiple roles, but it didn't transpire to anything meaningful. I did not have the courage to approach employers face-to-face because of the fear of rejection. I started to feel derailed. No sense of purpose, no routine, and no drive. I felt very isolated. Not having a reason to get up in the mornings and just feeling useless. That is why I want to encourage
That's okay.
And not having a reason to get up in the mornings and just feeling useless. That is why I want to change people's perspective on hiring someone with a disability. It's very difficult to secure a job, a paid job, a permanent job. For me, I overcame that fear of rejection because of an event that was held in the Trinity Centre for People with Intellectual Disabilities in May 2015. This event was intended to get more businesses more open-minded to employing people with disabilities. I met Mary Cowell, the Director of Learning and Development in CPL at this event. Mary suggested that we meet up again and chat about my capabilities and what kind of help CPL could provide for me. If it were not for that event and like-minded businesses being open to giving people with disabilities an opportunity, I may not have a permanent job today. I am only one of the 33% of people in Ireland with a disability who has a career. Sadly, many people with disabilities will never get a job. People with disabilities tend to volunteer, take unpaid opportunities to try to get the necessary skills to gain sustainable employment. It's not long ago that I was finishing up a fixed-term contract with no prospects or opportunities. It's comforting to know that organisations such as Master Aviation are equal opportunity employers providing real and meaningful positions to people with disabilities. I do have a permanent position in CPL as a HR assistant, and I absolutely love it. Feeling that inclusion for me is so important. I have a purpose and a passion. CPL were both very welcoming and encouraging. In fact, I feel very fortunate by the wonderful treatment that I have received. My job is very clearly defined. I belong to a team and I work in an environment that allows me to reach my full potential. For businesses like Modern Aviation, who actively hire people with disabilities, you too will see the benefits. Such as different skill sets, unique perspectives, passion, positivity and goodwill. Although I've been lucky and gained employment, like a lot of others, I've had positive and negative experiences at work. In the past, I have felt not properly supported and have felt overwhelmed by being thrown in at the deep end, not knowing what was expected of me. Mostly, I feared that I wasn't treated like any other employee. In my opinion, employers or indeed managers often don't know how to support a person with a disability. They can also be unsure of how to set out a program of work because they just don't know how to set out a program of work because they just don't know the limitations of the disability, seen, unseen, inherited or acquired. I'm going to take you through my do's and don'ts of hiring someone with a disability based on my own personal experiences. So, when hiring someone with a disability, do assign a point of contact to the individual to address any questions they may have and set out a clear onboarding schedule so they know who they are meeting and when. Simple, right? Ask the individual if they need any physical supports to do their job. For example, is the chair and desk appropriate? Do they have any special requirements for the screen or any requirements for uniform? Seems obvious, right? Assign a buddy to support the new starter. The buddy should be someone who the individual can confide in and ask any questions about the organisation or the role. Sometimes people with disabilities find it hard to socialise, and the buddy can play an important role to ensure they feel included but not smothered or mothered. Clarify what is expected of the new starter, both in terms of their role and the expected behaviours. For example, the dress code, timekeeping and phone use. Give honest and timely feedback on performance. This is very important for personal development. Feedback forms are a good idea so that the individual can bring this home and discuss with family members if needed. When hiring someone with a disability, don't leave things to the last minute. When you hire someone with a disability, make the onboarding process clear and ask if any extra supports are needed as soon as possible. Those with a disability can be nervous and anxious about starting. They want to be assured that all is in place and what the schedule is in case they have extra questions or need any physical assistance. Don't overload the individual with tasks. Instead, break the job down to bite-sized pieces. Some people with intellectual disability mightn't have good verbal skills and may be reluctant to ask for instructions to be repeated. So, keep sentences short and instructions clear. Put yourself into the shoes of the individual with the disability. How and what you think might be difficult about the duties. Does the individual need a mentor?